All right, welcome back to the YANADAMEEN Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
And I'm Rah Digga.
When we left, we were talking about, I think a lot of us had seen the Roxanne Shante biopic on Netflix. Great, great piece of work. I was happy for her.
As was I.
Some of us felt maybe, upon reflection, we could have seen more, rhyming and maybe a little less man bashing. Because now that I think about it, it was kind of like, damn, the black man fucked up. Like that's the kind of message I got from the motherfucker. Where I would have liked to see more rhyming. But that being said, an integral part of her story is how she even came to the game. Mm-hmm. Okay, which was coming with a reply to a record that at the time was super hot.
Super hot.
Super fucking just creative in its implementation because it had beat changes. It had parts to the record where the rhyme would go with the cuts, and
right.
that was all just innovative shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about UTFO and Roxanne Roxanne. Let's give it up for that fucking record. So, right about now, I'd like to welcome to the YANADAMEEN Godcast the one and only, the legendary Kangol Kid.
Whoa!
What's up, my brother?
I'm good, man.
How you, bro?
I'm good, man. Yo, I'm proud of you guys, man. Congratulations on
thank you
on this
Thank
show,
you.
man, for real.
And we're old friends, neighbors, in
neighbors
fact.
from the Poconos over here.
Well, now you're kind of my semi-neighbor.
I'm your
on the
neighbor
island now, right?
Yeah, yes, sir, Staten Island.
Well, let me just say that, as somebody that's been in this club, and me and Rah Digga, we like to think of ourselves as being in this club. You, sir, are in that good black don't crack club. Because, yes, sir, you are looking very well for your age.
Drink a lot of water.
I know you are older than me.
Yes, sir.
I was a teenager coming to your shows back at the Quarters.
Yes, sir.
Back in all these some of these venues that some of these people never even heard of. But yeah, I caught y'all quite a few times on stage back in the days before we ever even had the pleasure of knowing each other. And my goodness, sir, what is it?
You look fantastic.
What are you doing? You soak your face in baby tears? What are you doing over here?
My secret is push-ups and hair dye. That's it.
Push-ups and hair dye.
Hey, I'm at it.
And shaving it.
And shaving it all. That's right. Get rid of all this.
Well, that's what's up, my brother.
That's so dope. Good to see you, man. Good to have you here.
Same here.
So let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Because I know that you and Dr. Ice started as dancers for Houdini. With the Keystone Dancers?
Keystone Dancers. Freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out. Oh shit! Just last week though, the Coons came out. Did you see when Stavante Clark got the money and put it up to his ear? The Coons come out at night. The Coons come out at night.
We wrote him off as mentally ill, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad that he did that because he pretty much reaffirmed my diagnosis of him.
And I tried to say he was grieving and traumatized.
Nah, we've all grieved, and I've seen grieving before, and
doesn't look
this
like that.
nigga just plumb crazy. Like this nigga just want attention. This is his time to shine in his mind, and he's gonna use his brother's death to bring as much attention to himself as possible. But let's not let that crazy.
Don't bring the crazy.
Don't let that crazy coon
out there
interrupt what we're doing right now.
Yes, sir.
So you started as a dancer. You and Dr. Ice.
Full Force was our managers and producers.
Shouts out to Full Force.
How were you fortunate
A
enough
lot
to
of
even
people
get
on.
into these positions at that time?
It
Because
was
being a dancer for Houdini, and then knowing and being associated with fucking Full Force at that time, that was like, come on.
It was some sort of synergy, man, taking place in East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York. Full Force lived a few blocks away from me. They were the neighborhood band. Doc and I were the neighborhood dancers. We were also the neighborhood rappers, because with the educated rapper, God rest his soul, and
Rest in
Mixed
peace,
Master
educated
Ice,
rapper.
you know, with us as a rap group in the neighborhood, we were the popular rap group in that little section of East Flatbush, you know, a little section in Brooklyn, East Flatbush. And all the talented cats.
Give me exact blocks real quick.
Exact blocks. I was on Linden and 49th. Full Force was on Lenox and 46.
Wow.
You know, educated rapper was on 55th.
Yeah,
and
because for
Linden.
all my real Brooklyn people and my real Flatbush people, they want to know shit. They want to know the
I'm
exact
not mad.
blocks.
Nah, that was us. We absolutely that.
Okay.
You know, we all went to Wingate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That was the East Flatbush school, as well as Tilden. That was the East Flatbush school.
Got you.
And so all the talented cats, you know, congregated.
Right.
You know what I mean? Full Force, Be Fine and Full Force, which is a lengthy, funny story, but they met me because they liked the way I dance. And so Be Fine and Full Force is like, yo, show me some of your moves. And so that got me to work with them as, you know, as dancers, as their dancers. Their manager, Steve Salem, God rest his soul. Steve Salem was the individual that took us to the Radio City Music Hall rap and breakdance contest, and that's where we met Houdini. So Houdini saw us, you know, dancing on stage and approached my manager and said, I like the way these kids do what they do. I'd like to have them come on the road with us, making us the first dancers ever for a rap group.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So after us, every rap group had to get at least 2 dancers to accompany them. You know,
like that was real shit. Like,
Yeah.
like when we first came in the game, Brand Nubian, we had dancers.
Everyone
because
had-
we
yeah.
felt like, yo, you need that entertainment value.
Right.
So
I
we,
wanted
shout out to the
dancers.
SOS dancers.
I never
know-
had dancers. I wanted dancers, and
You were past that.
and I wanted to go on Yo MTV Raps. Yeah, I feel like by the time I flourished, backup dancers were like non-existent.
Well, you know what? It was part of the
Lord, my
part of the
Ken, peace,
culture.
God.
You know what I mean? So I mean, you had your DJ on stage, of course.
Right.
You're rapping. It only made sense to have the breakdancer up there with you. You know what I mean? To just to fulfill the whole culture on stage. You know, bring hip hop totally.
Wait, now
to a
wasn't
set.
Jermaine Dupri dancing with y'all?
He when we were on the Fresh Fest, he would join us at you know certain sets.
Right.
And so and of course he accompanied us in the video and the Freaks Come Out at Night.
Right.
Was the video.
Now, not to cut you off, but if I remember correctly, the Jheri Curl juice was dripping.
Yes, that was
Very majorly back
claimed
then.
it. I claimed it. Yes,
Wow,
it was mine.
the
And I'm,
juice
and I'm
was
happy to say,
very juice.
I am happy to say I dodged the curse though. Every cat I know who's had Jheri Curls back in the '80s are bald today.
Wow.
This is me from Root.
He said, "This is
Okay?
me from the
From
blood clot root."
You know what I mean?
Hey.
So I somehow
Fortunately,
beat the curse. Somehow I beat the
fortunately,
curse.
but I remember you definitely
Yeah, my curls was
had
real.
a wet one.
Yes, the curls
Had a
was
wet
real.
one going.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I didn't see. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like that as like a 5%er. You
Right.
know,
I understand.
We was like, come on, Jheri Curls. We wasn't fucking.
I was the group's pretty boy.
I was gonna
every
get to
group-
that.
every
group
group
had
gotta
one.
have
I was
one.
gonna
That's
get to
right.
that, but maybe she should talk to you about that because
I was that dude. I was making sure the push-ups was in, the pecs and the biceps looked right,
And I'm not
the
gonna
curls
lie,
were doing its thing.
they was loving you back then. I know you had them. I know you had them because I seen them. I was in the crowd and I seen the reaction. And yes, he was the pretty boy.
Yeah.
He was the one
It
that
makes
the broads
sense though,
was loving.
because if you look at a lot of historical things from about hip hop, you see like a lot of the the pioneer groups were kind of modeled after disco groups. So you
Sure.
had you had
Yep.
the wild costumes and
all of that. I mean,
So
we had stage clothes.
Right,
This
right.
was not stuff we was gonna wear when we hang out. This
Right.
was strictly for when we get on stage.
right.
What was y'all's connection with Whistle? Because I remember Whistle. I felt like y'all were
Yes,
like in the same crew or something like that.
Yeah, that branched off from me actually. What had happened is Howie T.
Right.
Hitman
Were
Howie
you
T.
on that song?
No, but
Because that voice
I wrote it.
sounds
I know,
like
jazz.
they call Whistle.
Yeah,
This is true.
Well, no, I'm in the chorus. Yeah,
Okay, 'cause I'm hearing your
in the
voice.
chorus. Yeah, no
There
doubt.
you go.
You know, what I mean, Hitman Howie T and I, we did production on UTFO. Leader of the Pack, actually, Howie and I had put that together, and so we didn't feel like we were getting the credit that we wanted to get from doing this. We were under Full Force's umbrella, made sense, and so we decided to branch out and do our own thing, and we created Whistle. And so, of course, that whole flair, that whole mode that I was in, I took it to this other group, of course. And so, of course, there was the similarity in the sound and in the production. With Nothing Serious, Just Bugging. We're only bugging. That took off like crazy. Okay. You know what I mean? There was a point in my life where everything I touched was turning into gold.
So let me ask you this. So now you guys formed the group, UTFO. Right. How much time passes between that moment and the moment that you create Roxanne Roxanne? Because I know that's a beat. That was a B-side. That was the B-side. That wasn't even the original single.
You are so correct.
So tell us how that happened.
Well, our first single was a song called Beats and Rhymes. And that came out a few months, early 84, I believe.
How did that do? Would I remember that?
That did good in the West Coast, down south.
They didn't. Did Mr. Magic ever play it? Or?
He might have. Yeah, played a little bit.
Okay, well then I probably didn't hear it.
It wasn't a hit out here.
Okay,
but down south, definitely West Coast. Beats and Rhymes definitely made a lot of noise. It took us on the road, so we were doing shows, nationwide with that. And so we're getting ready to do our second single, and we put all our time into this song called "Hanging Out." 3 weeks we spent on this song. Right, 21 days putting this whole thing together. We present it to the label. Label digs it. He's ready to accept it and says, "I need something for the B-side." And we were tapped out of ideas because we threw all this focus into this song. And so B-Fine of Full Force says, "All right, look, let's just write a song called Roxanne."
Man, she was walking down the street, so I said, "Hello, I'm Kangol from UTFO." And she said, I said, "So, baby, don't you know I can sing, rap, dance in just one show?"
And we said, "Okay, why Roxanne?" He said, "Because I like the name." Now, B-Fine is the drummer of Full Force, all right? And he spearheaded everything regarding UTFO. And so we said, okay.
Hang on, what does UTFO stand for again?
Untouchable Force Organization.
Right. Go ahead.
And so we asked B, okay, what do you want us to write about? And he said, all right, well, Kang, I want you to write about this girl. You're trying to kick it to her, give it your best try, and she disses you at the end or you don't get her. And I said, all right, cool. And he said, E, educated rapper. He said, E, I want you to do the same, and the same thing happens to you. Doc, you do the same, but at the end of the song, you get her. And I was like, why?
How come he get it?
Why he got
I'm the pretty boy.
oh shit! Wait, that's scary.
It's my sister now.
We started talking like, wow.
My sister now. Okay. Jinx. Oh, I'm gonna have you all the way on my side in a minute. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Anyway, well, we were talking gravity in a minute.
Don't do it. Anyway.
Okay. And so B said, all right, fine. You know what? Nobody gets her. And we did. It was that simple.
He hated.
Yeah, I was hating.
You're like, no.
If I can't have her,
nobody
have her.
And so in 3 days, we completed Roxanne Roxanne.
Right.
Presented
and if you took all that time for the other song,
no one ever.
Exactly. 3 days, knocked it out, and that's the biggest song.
Our biggest song to date.
I'm just curious to know when you guys were in the studio, were you like competing with each other, like who had the best verse, who had
no. Actually, to show how much we all even cared about the single, because we just knew Hanging Out was going to be the hit. Right. To show how much we cared about it, Full Force being that hands-on production team had no idea what beat we were going to use to do this. So I said, well, look, I got a beat that I've been working on at Howie's crib. Can I use that? Without them even hearing it. Sure, fine, yeah, bring that beat. Yeah, we'll use that. And so Educated Rapper says, well, I like big beat. We said, all right, cool, we'll sample that and we'll put that in there.
On your part.
Right, exactly. And so
that was so cold when y'all, and she takes to my rap because my rap's the best. No doubt. The Educated Rapper MD will never fess.
Yeah. And so Doc, B-Fine said, I'll just program a beat for you. And so we all went in and threw our little collage, our little gumbo of beats together to make this happen. And that beat is the first beat that I ever programmed that got published. Wow. That was my first drum. And so we put that together and put it out and boom, instant success.
Just
Now,
off to the races.
who came up with the idea of the scratch?
Be Fine.
And then and saying the rhyme and sync to the scratch.
Well, that's how that started. Doc is the one that his rap was written in that syncopated, explain to me really what doctors must do.
Oh, so they was like, do a scratch.
Exactly. So B Fine's idea was, we're going to use the turntable, because they're musicians.
Yes.
We're going to use the turntable like an instrument.
But we don't do this no more. You
know
see
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying? And it needs to be brought, that type of shit needs to be brought back.
Yep.
So you do
Educated
Roxanne
rap
Shante.
had diverse.
Oh, yeah,
I'm sorry.
no
I'm sorry. I'm like,
doubt.
educated.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Hell yeah.
His
Hell
shit
yeah,
was
everyone
crazy
waited
hard.
for that.
Woo.
Yes.
Yep.
Now you got this song. Are you anticipating that every chick and a mama named
No.
Roxanne,
No.
whether they're named Roxanne or not, is going to respond
No,
to
not
your
at all.
fucking song?
No. Be Fine, again, full force, he had the idea of having a response to this. But we were so consumed with what was going on with us.
Right.
We didn't expect that to happen, so they had no time to go putting something else together. Everyone's trying to make that catch up to the hit that it was.
Where,
you know what I mean?
Where were you the very first time you heard Roxanne Roxanne by Shante?
I met this dude with the name of a hat. I didn't even walk away. I didn't give him no rap, but then he got real mad and he got a little tired. If he worked for me, he would be fired.
Oh, that? Okay, that. I was in Brooklyn, of course. Albee Square Mall. And we had a friend that owned a record store down there, and he introduced us to it.
Okay.
And we were pissed.
Okay.
I'm 17 years old. I'm
like, what the
I'm
fuck?
pissed. I've dreamt of this day to become this celebrity, this rap star.
And here go
and
this broad.
I didn't enjoy it yet, and I'm getting shot down. So of course we took it personal, you know. And so we were all pissed off about this. But B Fine had the idea to do this, and so when Shante did it, it pissed them and the record company off, because the first version was actually, they used our instrumental.
Right.
So the record company jumped in immediately, and the whole cease and desist thing took place.
Okay.
So they had to go back in and do it with another beat.
Right.
Okay.
And so during that time, Full Force, and hers started to take off also, because it was started off on Mr. Magic show and started to blow up after that.
Her shit was so raw and just dirty
yeah.
and just
it was hip hop.
so listen real quick. So Full Force and them now try to make their own Roxanne.
Exactly.
The sexy
discredit
Roxanne.
that.
The one that everybody, not for nothing, like that's the Roxanne that niggas really wanted. Like,
And that's where they went with this. They weren't looking at the 14-year-old kid, as the poster child for the woman that every man wants.
right. But
And
it was
so-
just a shame that her records didn't really stand up to y'all's record or to Shantae's record. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't have that same appeal that
No,
y'all
it
shit
didn't.
had or
It
that
didn't.
Shantae's had. Now, real quick, let me ask you. So, you saw this. Did you see the biopic?
Yes, I was at the premiere.
What were your thoughts? What did you think?
As you guys said earlier, and I share your views, your comments on this, I was proud of her. I've never been a hater, and so there's none of that whatsoever. I'm happy at the fact that she got her story out. I would have had a different answer for you guys if this was like 2-3 weeks ago, and the reason why is because I didn't get a chance to speak to her. Actually, a few days ago, I spoke to her.
Okay.
And I asked her a question. That
So you'd have been
everybody-
real disrespectful if
Well,
we would have caught this
no,
a couple of days
not-
ago.
not-
We
but
should have got
Not
you a
dis-
week
now that you
sooner.
done talked to
Not
the
You
sister.
should have aired it
disrespectful.
out.
No.
You're gonna fall back a little bit.
Right, I'm falling back a little bit. Not disrespectful at all, but there was the disappointment. And the disappointment was what you guys said, that everyone's been saying. Where was the portrayal? Because when you think of Roxanne Roxanne, I'm not talking the movie. When you think of the single and you think of the phenomenon that took place, you think of all of the battles. You think of hip hop's first beef on wax.
Right.
And so you're expecting...
which was originally your movement.
Right. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
But she sparked it, though.
Right.
Her answer made everyone else go, yo, I could do that. Yo, let me make an answer too. And so it just took it to a whole nother level. And so
Like people started answering all kind of records after that.
yeah,
It wasn't even just y'all's record anymore. Like
Can I tell you a secret?
that became a thing for a second.
Yes, yeah, because even Salt and Pepper career blew up that way.
Well, first of all, they didn't blow up too much, but they did come in the game trying to diss Dougie Fresh.
Exactly that.
And that song was okay,
but it was their introduction.
It was enough to bring them.
That was a trend.
You know,
But
exactly.
nobody
It became
really
a trend.
remembers them for that record, whereas we remember Shante to this day.
Absolutely. So yes, it did become a trend. Absolutely. And so as a hip hop historian, as someone who was there, you would expect to see that. You know, you want to see that time that you enjoyed, man. It wasn't like, some tragedy that took place in the mid 80s. This was a happy time for everyone.
I definitely wanted to see more focus on Roxanne, the battle rapper, more so than her personal life. But that was her story that she wanted to share. So I'm respecting it.
And the numbers that it did on Netflix, she's getting an award actually from the success of that. So
Beautiful.
Proud of her.
Congrats
all of
to
that.
Roxanne.
Absolutely.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes, ma.
I wrote a diss rhyme to the real Roxanne.
Really?
Shante was we talked about this on a previous episode, but in my head, Shante was my sister, and I went at the real Roxanne for coming at my sister.
Wow. You know what's funny? Yo-Yo shared with us the other day that she did her version as well.
I think every young girl.
Ice Cube did one. He shared this with me at NW.
Can I tell you a
They did one
secret?
called
You got one too?
No.
You got
Are
one
serious?
too?
Stop playing. Stop playing.
I wanted to fuck the shit out of the real Roxanne.
Oh my goodness.
Damn, she was
He
bad.
went left.
So light skin, silky hair Roxanne is the real Roxanne. We weren't feeling the portrayal of the chocolate girl as Roxanne.
No, it wasn't that.
it
No, because I
absolutely
said
wasn't.
I liked
absolutely wasn't that.
Shante too, but see Shante.
No,
back
but
then she still was a little girl.
Okay,
like
right,
the real
absolutely.
Roxanne was a woman.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's what that was.
And she was Puerto Rican at a time when Puerto Rican girls was just popping. You know what I mean?
She was
like
casted. You got to understand that. You know what I mean?
I'm
sorry,
There was a casting call sent out to see
I
who
just
would
I
who
just
would
got
fit
real
the
shea
role.
butter Nubian goddess on y'all. I'm sorry.
No,
Well, listen.
I'm not mad, but that's not what went down. It was a
Listen,
casting call.
I wish we could sit here and talk forever about all of this, but we got to get ready to wrap it up, man.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you for coming by.
Thank you. Bro.
I just want to say, in all the years that I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you without a Kangol on your head.
That's
Like
correct.
you just threw me off when you came in here today without the traditional.
Without the traditional.
I saw him getting
traditional
out, I saw him getting
Kangol
out of the
Kid.
car, and I almost didn't think it was him because it was a because
Exactly,
it was a cat.
the Kangol Kid joint
the
that you've been
Spitfire.
right. Yeah,
And I saw the Kangol.
This is my first time I ever seen you in any other type, but it's
Wow.
still a Kangol.
Absolutely that.
But-
you do know, I don't know if you know this, I am hip hop's first product endorsed artist.
Though. Really?
Oh wow!
Before
Hey.
Run DMC and Adidas, I
Hurry
had
up,
my deal.
Run. You probably got a lot of firsts, so why don't you just list them for the people
man.
real quick?
First Haitian American in hip hop.
Sac passe.
Oh yeah, papa, my bully. Anyway, so let's see.
I'm not Haitian. I'm just making you feel at home.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Other first rap group to do an R&B ballad. Fairy Tale Lover was that single. Man, I said first dances for a rap group. What other first? First to speak Pig Latin.
Oh wow!
Bizatriza, Chikism, Missinizm, but wisdom.
That was dope.
So that's where Snoop came, and Snoop shared this with me. Of
That
course,
was dope.
When he says "fascism, monism," that came from that. Oh man, what else? What other first? I know I'm losing it right now. Before there was a rap chart,
You guys actually created the first hip hop beat.
we challenged. Yes,
You realize
absolutely,
that?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. On wax.
Okay,
Because every
right,
rap group battles,
Yeah.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five against
Right.
the Cold Crushers, all of that
But
existed.
on wax.
On wax, yes, we were the first. Wow, I was just getting ready to say something. What was the other? Old man thought kicked in. There's so many firsts, man. It's crazy.
Well, you're one of our first legends up at the YANADAMEEN Godcast. How about that?
I accept. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely one of our first, legends from the true school. Okay, so listen, shout to you, shout to your wife,
Yes.
Shout out to your new baby. You out here still making babies.
Yeah, man.
What's going
It's all
on,
that coconut
bruh?
water.
Yeah,
What's going on, bruh?
2.5.
Wow.
And I got to give a shout out to wifey because next month she graduates from Morgan State University. She's getting her bachelor's degree.
Nice.
43 years old, mother of 4,
Wow.
and getting her bachelor's degree.
Congrats.
Mad props to that. So we throwing a big party next month.
That's what's
Yellow. Definitely, I want you guys to come through, please.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's Woo. I don't know if you know, she's Shaheem's older brother from Shaheem the Rugged Child, and so we're referring to the event as her grad Wooation party. So it's gonna be crazy, man.
That's what's up. Well, yo, I appreciate you coming by, man.
Thank
you
you.
always welcome.
Thank you.
Anytime. Well, that's another one, sis.
Absolutely. Wait, before we go,
Yeah, okay.
you want to shout out your social media?
Please,
Oh,
Let-
yes,
Let,
yes. Sorry,
let
pardon
people
me.
know
Yes,
what
please,
you're,
'cause
you know, what you got going on
back
now.
in our day, everyone was writing fan mail.
Cousin Wendy,
and it
what
was
up?
hard for us to, talk to our fans. So I love social media for that purpose. Yo Kangol. That's simple. YOKANGOL. Cats love to forget the L. I take my L. All right? Yo Kangol on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm more on Instagram than Twitter. But please hit me up, man. I'd love to hear from my peoples. I love when a fan puts up an old photo of me back in 80-something and they post it, or 90-something and so on. And it's a wonderful thing, man. Please
Dope.
hit your boy and let me know how we touched you. You know what I mean? Allowing us to be a part of your world is just incredible. Remind me of that. Bring some of that back to me so I can, I don't know, autograph.
Are you still
a photo
doing
or
anything
something.
in music?
I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I have a reality project.
Nice.
We Are the Joneses. It aired on Centric, and Centric just changed their name to BET Her. So we're working out what season 2 is going to be. So I'm one of the producers on that.
Nice.
Wifey was on that show. It's a positive reality show. There's no claws coming out. There's none of that craziness.
No drinks getting thrown.
None of that. And
No Kangols getting snatched.
None of that. And so Wifey and I had an episode on there, and we'll also be on season 2 as well. And so a little bit of everything. I'm still on stage. You saw me yesterday.
Absolutely. Oh,
Okay.
I forgot. I
hello.
neglected to.
We shared a
Yes.
stage yesterday.
That's right.
And so yeah, I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. I have no intention of going anywhere. I got a 2-year-old. I got to be here.
That's what's up, man. Well, yeah, I always appreciate your spirit, man. You was always one of those rappers that, like, you wasn't scared to smile. You know what I mean? When everybody else was like,
mean mugging.
all
I'm
mean
like, what's that mean mugging?
That's that pretty boy
I'm happy
shit.
to be here.
You want to be smiling.
I'm happy to be
girls,
here,
check
yo.
me out,
I
ladies.
love
I'm
what
smiling.
I do.
Yo, I appreciate you, bruh. But, yeah, so we out of here.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up now.
Another one
Another
under
one.
the belt. We appreciate y'all for joining us week in, week out. We love y'all. We would be nothing without y'all. Shout out to all the supporters. I'm going to come back next week and, really go through the names of people that actually donated and all that. But until then, for YANADAMEEN Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digga.
Peace. Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. 2 fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian peace gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today. Doesn't matter if you have on a 3-piece suit or a mouthful of gold teeth. Money is the great equalizer. Financial literacy puts us all on the same playing field. Take the first steps to improving your knowledge of finances. WallStreetWearsGoldTeeth.com is bridging the gap between hip-hop and financial literacy. This website offers a look into the business mindset of your favorite hip-hop figures such as Sean P. Diddy Combs, Jay-Z, Nipsey Hussle, Damon Dash, Percy Miller, and many more. WallStreetWearsGoldTeeth.com is the place where hip-hop meets financial education. Increase your confidence with finances. Visit the site for more today.